Right, we are live. Take this off. Sort this out. Anybody coming in? Anybody? Scout leader that can't undo his own knots. That's hilarious, isn't it? I must have learnt them too well. Right then, let's just whip that around there like that. Okay, where are we going? Where are we going? Nobody in yet? Where has that gone? There you are. There you are. Aha, we have a few people in. Been here for ages, almost 3 minutes. Just sorting my stuff out, guys. Can you hear me all right? Okay, getting somewhere now. Cool. This is great having you on the big screen because I can read. So, my son bought me some wood back. He's he's at college, but he's actually got a job training to be a arboriculturist, which is a tree surgeon. So he's bought this home for me. Well, he's bought loads of this. It stinks. This is damson. Look at the colour of it. And I thought, oh God, it's so dense. This must weigh, whew, I mean, it's about 3 inches thick there. And it's about 1.75 inches there. I reckon that weighs a good 7 kilos, between 7 and 10 kilos. Anyway, we're going to cut a live edge bowl out of this. Now, it's not perfectly dry, but I'm hoping that it splits anyway, because I'd like to stitch it up with copper wire and age the copper wire if I can. I think that'd be nice. So I'm actually counting on this splitting. I'm not sure how this is going to go on the lathe. I mean, I'm going to cut it around. I've got my my jig on the bounce saw that I'm going to show you in a second. Oh God, I'm going to put that down. Ooh. So I'm going to switch over to the bandsaw, and I'm going to show you my little jig. So what I've got, let me just move that. Right. So what I've got is a normal piece. I think it's 20mm ply, and I've got various holes all over it, as you can see. If I hold that up to the blade there, that says 2.5 inches. Oh, sorry, no, it's 2.25. Or is it? That should be 2.5. Oh, that's why, because I leave a little gap. Idiot. Anyway, so that will give me a 5-inch bowl blank round, same as that one there. What we're going to use is, we're going to use this pin. I want a 10-inch bowl, so if I go 5 inches there, then that should give me a 10-inch bowl. But the other thing you got to do is you got to take into account that you need to cut a straight line first. Hang on, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? You got to cut a straight line first, otherwise you can't rest it up against the actual bandsaw itself. Okay. It looks like I can actually, just my pen. I'll go 5 inches there, a little mark. I might be able to get 2 out of this actually. Let's cut 2. Hi Dad, Red Eye's in, Wayne the Big Foot is in, Andy's in, Flaming Turner's in, Free Living. Who else we got? Let's have a little look. My dad's here. Brookwood Studios. Dale. Valerie. Joe's Boutique. I think that's it. Oh, Wayne the Woodturner. Sorry, Wayne. I missed you there for a second. Okay, let's get this sorted. So, Let's clamp this down. Dale, this is car automotive paint I bought from Lidl today. It's 400 ml. It's heavy. This is for Thomas's project, and it's black matte. So let's see how that goes. Cool. So what we need to do now is just pop these. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Oh, it's too thin. Too thin. I usually clamp this down by the sides, but the problem I've got is that's such a great big piece. Wherever I clamp it, it's going to hit the clamps. The wood's going to hit the clamps. What can we do here? What can we do? I've got an idea. Don't panic, guys. We're going to be all right. I've got a spiffing idea. So if we say we'll do a hole there, we'll do a hole there, and that will do the job. We'll get there in the end. We'll get there. Come on. Ha! It's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Not there it isn't anyway. It'll work there. Ha! Do that. She'll be 5 inches away. Tape measure. So that's where we need to go. Oh, we'll get there in the end, don't worry. We'll get there. Dave, the wood barber's in. How you doing, mate? Cool. That's it. We've got it. Finally. Finally. Okay. Right, I think we are ready. Pop that on there. So let's just make sure you can see. So the thing that's going to hold this in this this blank in place is a tiny little pin there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive the wood down onto that pin, and then that pin will be center point as it turns. Right then. God, hard stuff this is. Woo. I might even have to drill a little hole in that, because that is ridiculously hard. Ugh. Come on, you're there somewhere. Got ya. Let's do it. I'm going to mute you guys for a minute because I want you to be deafened. First of all, let's have a look at the chat. Yeah. Thanks, Dad. So there's our blank. Perfectly round, nice live edge on one side. There's this little thing here, which I'm not sure what's going to happen to it. There you go. There's the. Let's have a look. Let's choose that. Okay. So yeah, it's that hard. I had to put a little hole in it there, if you can see. This is going to split nicely, I think. I'm only going to turn it at a low speed on the lathe because I don't want it to blow up. Okay. Look at the colours in there. Right then. Let's have a little look at the chat. So Larry's in. How you doing, Larry? Thanks, Dave. Red Eye. I think it's going to look beautiful. Let's shoot you over to the other camera now. And we're going to mount this. Actually, I'm going to move this one as well. To over there. I had a right catastrophe this morning. I've been dropping. I've had proper dropsy. I mean, no, that's not going to work, is it? Hold on tight. There you go. Okay. And we've got the other camera over there as well. So first things first. Sort this crap on now. So we need to put the worm screw in there. So here's my worm screw drill. Can you hear me all right, guys? So this basically, this is a way of mounting a blank of wood without screwing, you know, like a faceplate or getting it between centers. You can put a wormwood screw in there. It's a real fast screw and it will hold it. Just so you can get it, get the bowl switched around and put a foot on the bottom so you can put your chuck in there with a mortise. This, in fact, the mortise on there grabs hold of that and it doesn't go anywhere. Where's my other one? Oh, that's all right. I'll use that. It's fine. Okay. This is going to wobble like crazy. I know it is, but is what it is. Cool. You can feel the weight of that when it's spinning, when it's turning around. Word of advice, guys, when you're doing this and you're spinning on your Wurwood screw, on this particular Axminster AC 305, if you put too much pressure on this, you will snap the cog inside that locks this in. This just locks into position and it drops into a little aluminium cog. Well, it's not aluminium, it's cast steel, and you can break the cogs inside. So never lock that and use it to turn that. Oh, that's what these babies are for. Okay. All right, it's not so bad. I've seen worse on this lathe. Let's just make sure this is all locked off nice and tight. Let's go for it. So I've got a little piece there that I need to rough this back again because of that angle I couldn't get the blade in. So it's going to be slightly smaller. It's probably going to be 6.5 inch. 9.5 inch bowl because I'm going to lose that difference. Where's my tape measure? That difference there. Can you see it on both sides? For that, I'm going to get the roughing gouge out for you. I'm bringing the tailstock up because it is a bit off and it is going to rattle, and there is a chance that little wormwood screw is going to hold this bowl on while I get all this this side down. Let's try it. Oh, I've got to get this camera around here because this stuff, oh, that turns really differently. Right. Let's move this camera. It's coming off really nice. Right, okay. Hoping you can see that. Oh, look at those colours. Woo! I don't think you'll see this on camera, but that is beautiful wood. There's green going across there. There's orange. There's yellow. There's brown. Oh, that is beautiful wood. You see how it's going to split, which this is where I want it to split, just there. Because you can imagine this all stitched in with some copper wire. I'm gonna have to get these out in a minute. Unless they'll stay. They might stay. I'm hoping they will. I've got to get rid of that little bit there. What's that, Dave? Coming off. Oh, coming off real nice. Shame the camera's a bit Blair Witch. Oh. Right, Curse, does your lathe vibrate quite a lot, Rich? Is that being exaggerated because of the camera? Yeah. It's it's not the camera, I don't think. It's because this side is a lot thicker than this side. Once I've taken this side off, you'll see a lot of a difference, which I'm going to do now. After I got these punky bits out, these not that punky there, they're like oh, it's bark. I really want to leave that in, but that one's gonna have to come out. Right. Right, I'm just going to switch out this roughing gouge to a bowl gouge now. So bear with us a second. Oh, I didn't realise that. No, my camera is mounted. It's on a stand on the floor. So I don't know what's happened there. Right then, let's crack on. just sharpen this, this gouge for a minute. Right. Okay, cheers, Dad. I'll see you in a bit if you're back in time. Let's have a little look. Okay, cool. Right, let's crack on. Oh. Mm. Right, let's have a look at the chat. Dead Rising, how you doing, mate? Let's have a little look. Any comments? Midnight Joker, how you doing? Yeah, live carving tonight at 9:15 with Andy from AH Bespoke. Big announcement, guys. Make sure you're there. Steve Coombs is in the chat. Right, so this isn't going to be a full 2 hour, guys. I mean, we'll just see how it goes. What I've done here is, I mean, I don't know if you can see these. You can't see these on camera, these colours, but they are so nice. There's a few splits there. Where's the main? This is the main split is going to come across here, I think. So this is where I'm going to be possibly in the future stitching it back together with some copper wire. I mean, if it splits anywhere else, I'll do the same. I don't mind if it's just full of stitched up copper wire or something like that. I don't know. But the colours are beautiful. And it stinks. This wood stinks. It's the bark that stinks, I think. Oh, no, it's not. It's the whole thing. So, yeah, I've just put a... what am I doing? A mortise. I've just put a mortise in for my chuck to go in there. It's a nice big one as well. It's not too big to make it unsafe to turn, but it's a little larger than I would normally do. Okay. Let's flip it. Oh, let's sand it a little bit first, shall we? Yeah. Now it's still slightly wet, so there's only a certain amount of sanding I can do with it. So I'm only doing up to this point here because when I flip it round into the chuck, I can always get at that at a later date. So I'm only really concentrating on the bottom that I can't get to once I've flipped it round. This is the axe paste, by the way. And I'm applying it with a green scourer. So this is the Axe Polish and Restore. First of all, I'm going to wipe any of that excess grit off with some methylated spirits or denatured alcohol, depending on where you are in the world. Because when we put the shine on this, the polish, we don't want any of those little bits of grit to be there still, do we? So lovely colour though. What's going in the chat? Does it smell worse than Purple Heart, Rich? No, it doesn't smell half as bad as it did once I started turning it. It doesn't smell that bad, to be honest, but bearing in mind, it's still slightly damp. It actually smells a little bit. It smells a little bit like cow manure. That's what it reminds me of. My days on the farms. But that's what it smells like. Like I say, I'm only doing the very bottom, this part, because I'm not going to be able to get to that once I flip it round. It's got to increase the speed of the lathe again, just to buff this off. We should start to see a nice shine in a minute. I don't know if you can hear me okay. Some small Midnight Joker. Some wood smells like dog poo when you cut it with a chainsaw or burn it. Red oak can be bad, but some others can be worse. Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Dale. Yeah, I hope Pat can sort it out, Dad. Oh, Andy's off. Sorry, mate. I can't read all the comments real quick because I've got no earworms this time. Cancel the last message because it was crap. I'm sitting outside the pharmacy waiting for the wife. She runs out of tablets tomorrow and Wednesday. She's got to go to the hospital and what? She's got to go to hospital? On her heart? Oh, God. Well, she'll be all right, Dad. She'll be all right. Look at that wood. Is that beautiful or what? Or is it just me? Oh. It's really nice. I like it. Shall I put a bit of shine juice on there? Or shall I? No, I'm not. I'm not going to put shine juice on there. What I might do is when it's all completely finished and it's split, before I wire it, before I put the wire thread in, I'll varnish it. That's what I'll do. Yeah. But yeah, I love this bit. Look at that. I don't know why I get so excited over wood, but look at it. It's gorgeous. I suppose I'm not on my own, really, here with all you lot in. Right. So where is my? There it is. Oh, that squeaking that you can hear is my. I've got some polystyrene up against the window over there, and it's driving me mad. Look at that. what I like to do to make sure it's totally dead centered in that, which it should be. There shouldn't be any reason why not, but I like to do this anyway. Just bring the tailstock up before tightening the chuck up. I like to just push it in nice and tight. So basically, where the dovetail joints are on the chuck, it's nice and flush up against the bottom of the wood. So if you have it like that or like that, then it's not going to work. So I've got a nice week of recording invasions this week. So today I've got who have I got today? I got Steve from is it SJ Woodcraft, I think. Tomorrow I've got Pam Harris. Wednesday I think I've got who have I got? Kim Tippin. Thursday I've got Doug from Pole Barn, and I've got two in that day. Who is it? Oh yeah, Andy Berkey. And Friday, who have I got Friday? I've totally forgot. I got someone else Friday. Oh yeah, Jake Thompson, I think, or he might be Wednesday as well. I don't know, but we got some great makers coming up on that series this week. Well, it's not all this week. They'll be every Thursday, but I'm filming them in 1 week. Okay, let's take the inside out of this with a bit of luck. Are we still live? Are we? Yeah. We got 15 in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this edge off, and then Friday, when I'm back at lunchtime, we're going to finish it. How's that sound, guys? And the only reason I'm taking this edge off is to expose that so it splits with a bit of luck. Oh, you nearly swore. Nearly did it. There you are. That's what I'm after. Right, there we go. Oh no. I might be able to get that back a little bit. Right then, let's have a look. Okay, well, thanks for coming in, guys. I mean, I was only going to do an hour, but it's gone over a little bit. So Cuz is off to work. Thanks for coming in, Cuz. Nice little mortise chisel. That's my parting chisel, that is. So Nathan from Ramsdale, he's watching, but he's at work. Sounds like the machine is losing power and it's fully oiling in the shaft. Huh? Is that me, Dave? Anyway, so oh, it's turning red. How's it turning back to red? Oh, that's amazing. That is weird. That's weird. Do you know how where's the offcut? Where's the offcut? So you see how red this is? And if you cut it, it's got all these lovely colours and it's slightly paler. The actual the blank now, the bit that I've sanded, is turning red. Maybe it's exposure to sunlight. I don't know. I mean, Purple Heart's like that, isn't it? I hope it stays that colour because that'd be really nice. So yeah, I'm going to finish this Friday, 1 o'clock Friday. That's my again my turn to entertain you guys. Wednesday, I think, I'm not sure if, oh, yeah, it does, Wayne. If Dale's still in the chat, I think, is Dale tomorrow or is it JP tomorrow? No, it's Dale. Dale is 1 o'clock, and then I'm back on at 8 for my normal Tuesday night live. And I think it's Wednesday that JP's on the lunchtime live. Thanks, Nick. It's going to split. I'm under no illusion that this is not going to split to hell. I'm counting on that because I want to stitch it all up with some wire. Yeah, that's what I want to do. If it doesn't split, which highly unlikely, it's not going to. I've lost my words there. It's going to split. That's why I'm doing it. I had to pick those little bits of bark out because they were really soft. I don't know what I can do with that. We'll just leave it in. It is what it is. Yeah, so Larry, I'm going to be on at the same time on Friday. So tomorrow you've got Dale at 1 o'clock. 8 p.m. it's me. Wednesday I think it's JP at 1 o'clock. I'm not sure about Thursday. It might be Dale again, but I'll be back here at 1 o'clock Friday. So if you want to see how this ends up and it turns out, then come and join me. You're quite welcome. Right, guys, that's it from me, and I'll see you Tuesday night. Right then. And oh yeah, by the way, thanks to everyone that came into the chat. Most appreciated. Bye-bye.